Me quieren. Oh, una de dos, me emocioné tanto por ver el perro de atrás. ¡Mira qué hermoso el perrito! No sé, me emocioné tanto por el perrito de atrás que se fue el internet, se glitchó mi juego. Pero ya me quedé donde estábamos.
Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? It's the Chising for you.
Acuérdate que me dijo que los adeptos que chalala van a venir quizás a Liyue y quizás van a atacar o van a quedar aquí, pero estos güeyes no quieren porque pues les vale caca y no quiere que güeyes inmortales vengan a Liyue nomás porque sí, y eso pues no se quieren.
Anyway,
no se quieren
Mr.
estos güeyes
Zhongli,
con los
you're one of Child's close associates.
adeptos.
Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
¿Qué podemos hacer?
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or neither path is an easy one?
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look...
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword.
What? Desapareció el güey. ¿Qué acaba de pasar? Ni siquiera hizo el como los ninjas.
So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
El chico pelirrojo. El chico rico. Ah, hablan de lo mismo. No, pero no vayas.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, he must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching. But where can we find him now?
Tú lo sujetas.
Where would he go at a time like this?
Sí, me lo buenos. Ya no, le echo el pan. Tú lo agarras y yo me lo madreo. Uy. También quiero a la fábula en la vida real. ¿Cómo hago para mejorar mi resistencia? Tengo ganas de mejorar la resistencia. Se puede mejorar, ¿no? Como el Zelda. Que la resistencia se puede mejorar a 1.000.000. Mira, su madre, ¿esta ya está o qué? Vamos ahí como sacarosa. Mira cómo brinca. Uy, ya no. Como que los monos en el Genshi y las chicas brincan y los hombres como que, oh, así como bien firmes. Y las chicas, puin, 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 puin. Pues se me hacen tan lindos, parecen conejitos. ¿No sé, güey? Me distrají tanto como caminaban. Sí. ¡Oh, qué hermoso pelito! Vámonos bien rebeldes por este lado. Pensé, el perrito se ve bien rara. Ah, no, estaba roncando. Fuera de preocupaciones. El perrito estaba... Se escuchaba como decía como que... Como no me voy a preocupar. Ahí. Oh, vi una casa. Wow. Esto no lo había visto. ¿A poco había una casa aquí arriba? Me voy a ir como una persona normal, no como una salvaje, una persona presentable, ¿no? Por las escaleras, así vemos mejor el view. fishes? ¿Hay pescados? ¿No hay pescados? ¿Cómo que no hay pescados? ¿En un lago tan grande y no hay pescados? ¿Qué desperdicio de lago? Pero la puerta está súper chula, mira. Qué hermoso. Toc toc. ¡Hala! Es como la de estas esas de las puertotas esas grandes, donde hace así como desafíos. La casa de oro. O dorada, perdón.
Wow! This is the golden house?
De hecho está chulísima. Oh my god, ese es el Rex lápiz. Oh, está chido.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora.
Pinche casa. ¿Qué? Wow, ¿ese es dinero? Oh, con ganas de tirarme. Ahí hay. Ahí. Hay un señor.
This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if
Sí,
a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here.
Que nadie se da cuenta de un tipo ahí tirado.
But even if we can't take any, we can, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Yo también tengo ganas. Sí. La exuvia sí está chida, la exuvia, pero hay un tipo ahí tirado, nadie lo va a ayudar.
It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's
Sí,
gotta
ya.
be guarding something as important as the exuvia. Huh? Look! What
Oh,
happened here?
Es la jornada.
Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the exuvia is all right.
Qué hermosos. Espérate, déjame. Uf, es bellísimo, no tengo palabras. Yo me quedo aquí. Mira qué hermosísimo. Tú. Ni help. ¿Y que solo había un guardia o qué? ¿Solo había un guardia? Pues con razón. No, aquí, bueno. Yo como, what the fuck, ¿por qué solo había un guardia? Este no está desmayado. Está cansado. Están dormidos todos. Todo está bien. Nada pasó. Oh, qué hermoso. ¿Cuánto me puedo acercar? Ay, qué hermosa.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already...
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
No me siento mal, porque de todo me quedé con su dinero.
Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Li? If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to... Stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the gnosis from inside the exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled.
Fue mi vecino, Te los juro.
She will get that which she desires.
Ella. Estás hablando de la mujer de pelo blanco buenota de arriba.
I'm not asking, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to... Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the... Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Sí, dile.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me...
Ole, está poniendo calientito.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it.
Ah, así que tus verdaderos colores son así. Eres un masoquista. ¿Andas?
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Poor timing.
Oh, fuck.
Passable effort.
Comida. Traga. Traga. Tengo que tragar. Traga. Trago este. Me voy a engordar antes de ir a... Listo. ¿Dónde vas? Se vale, yo no me puedo hacer.
Cowering already?
¡Oh, su madre! ¡Oni! ¡Acá!
Oni coming through!
¡Oni!
Voyager!
Acá.
You've made some progress.
Leave it all to me.
Poor timing. Not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Can't catch me. All you do is run.
Animal tech.
Something else catch your eye?
Ah, mis otros
I'll crush you.
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 7. Unexpected outcome. Someone needs assistance. Steady as stone.
Can't catch me. No use hiding back there. Raging tide.
Órale, maldito. Bueno, puedo sacarlo. No.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive.
¿Yo?
But
¿Yo te madré?
that's about as far as you'll get.
Del, Papu Brown.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking more Axis Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
No. Yo sé que el Papu Brown es el Rex Lapis. Madre, aún me faltaba más. Me la voy a explicar de todo.
Not that.
Está bien chido.
This is going to cost you.
Por alguna razón me gustó más. Chido. Qué chido. Me va a madrear, pero sí, chido.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on
No,
purpose?
pues, ya, quieto.
No matter. Hand the Gnosis over.
Saca.
Don't make me take it from you.
Oh,
Take it?
si lo tuviera ya estoy ahí.
Let's roll!
As a good knight should.
Vamos a
I must leave no stone unturned.
No eres un escudo.
Die here.
Ataca. La vaca es muy
Leave it all to me.
No le corre. Oh, sí. Voy a darme una comidita rápida. Esto. La muele, la engordo.
I missed a spot.
Die
I must leave no
here.
stone unturned. Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to— You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess this battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Oh.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
Yo no creo que el pinche dragón que está bien chido, está chido ese dragón, sea real. Es una ilusión. Y que Papi Brown es lápiz.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least.
I knew it. I knew it.
It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyun's stone forest.
A god?
¿Quién fregados es eso?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex. Thorax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since.
¿Pero por qué?
If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Pero ¿por qué despertar algo que está dormido?
Hey! Those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by... Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Sé que te gusta causar problemas, güey. Bueno, pues ya. Pues hay que verlo, ya que lo ves.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on?
Ah, la de esta, el palacio. Y está cargando algo, es porque algo va a estar bien, bien acá, bien chido, bien cool. Vamos a ver qué pedo. Qué interesante.
Paimon, if we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still...
What are you doing here?
Ciao!
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Good.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Leo? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue.
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hand. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
Enamorada de esa grulla.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for.
Yes.
So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Está cagando el palo. ¡Vamos! ¿Tenemos bien?
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to witness.
Ay, ¿toqué? Saca.
My work finished.
Get back!
Have a load of this. like I went too far. The loneliness.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Lo veo. Ah. Ah.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Let's end this quickly! Time to fulfill my duty.
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many between too! We can't
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Showtime!
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is depthal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in giant cars! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Tengo la menor idea qué pasa aquí. No sé qué estoy diciendo. ¿Algo me va a ayudar?
Disgusting. No slacking off!
Attaboy!
My work. Finished.
Can't catch me.
Let's move.
Bam!
This isn't good.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Au. ¿Y cómo tú vas? No entiendo nada. Paga. No va a correr, no va a correr, no va a correr. Corre hasta allá. ¿Qué hacer? Tengo que esperar un
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Let's roll!
You're not going anywhere! Platter!
It's showtime!
Let me amuse myself. Look at me.
Can't catch me.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Fuck up. Allá, ya, corre.
Who wants some of this?
This is good. Right there. Let's end this quickly. Yes.
No.
Attaboy!
It's time for a flash freeze.
Oh, coming through!
Disgusting.
Let's roll!
Look at me.
My duty.
Let's move.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Bam!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Look at...
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Ay, gracias. Gracias.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Se murió la wea.
Just once.
Se murió la sexy wea. No. ¿Por qué? Pinches wey, este fato wey. Pinches fato wey. Váyanse a fatullar. Y creo que nomás la pude saborear la mujer. 3 veces la pude ver.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance.
Ah, no, sigue igual, sigue igual.
If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that... It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a business... Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
No.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which... But I dared not speak. I could only...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the heart and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
Tranquilos, tranquilos.
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the... Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern ride.
Oh, háganle caso a la niña, por favor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to run. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans... Fair enough. Away...
Coisinha. digital.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but Child wanted to unleash the god, so he could... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So, oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom? Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Déjame ver. Creo que mi perrita hizo algo. Todo bien, todo bien, todo bien. Todo bien. Vamos a checar esto. Se ocupa un chingo de estrellitas. Ahora sí. ¿A dónde? Vamos a ver, vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Yo creo que todos pensaron lo mismo que yo, ¿no? Que Papu Brown es el Rex Lápiz. Estoy volviendo porque si quiero saber qué pedo. Tengo la curiosidad. No sé cómo ponemos. What? Hizo puff puff. Arriba. Ahí. Un gato. Hola.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him where he...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this, we had better go and make sure that everything...
Vamos al banco. ¿Cuántos metros son? Ah, entonces no subimos mucho. Por aquí, por aquí, por aquí. Pues yo es el único banco que conozco. Porque en Munsta, ¿se llama? No hay ningún banco. Toc toc. Esa es mi forma de abrir puertas. Primero me subo en ellas.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
La huella, la huella, la huella, la huella.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Es señora.
It's
Señora.
you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle, so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that—
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui—
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never— Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well— The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think—
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
Sí, a ver, escúpalo.
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
Ah?
How sanctimonious.
Sabía.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio?
Sabía.
No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Tampoco no entiendo nada. Pero sí me gustaría preguntar.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon—
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue to get even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people.
True.
Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Cha. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There was only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly...
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
No, de hecho no.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to become a dazzling
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Damn, girl.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for...
Realistically speaking, there is...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Paimon can't absorb... So Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the...
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any...
You're so...
Adiós, Papu Brown. Mucha luz. Bueno, si no hay nada más en la historia a continuación, lo voy a dejar aquí. Primero hay que ver que después de salirme del banco. No leí ni madres, lo puse ahí.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the Star of the show is fake? We've spent so much time trying to organize it. It would be a real shame not to go there now.
Yep. Buen esfuerzo para conseguir todo. Así que se tiene que hacer todo, ¿ok? Si no, imagínate todo está mal. El esfuerzo que hice. Corre, mujer, corre, corre. Hay 2 puntos. ¿Qué será? Pensé que no será un lugar en medio.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting...
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip... There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think...
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a
forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Hear ye all! The Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Daimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything.
Puede ser que la chica esta sepa.
Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of part.
Quiero ver. Corre. Estamos aquí. Oh, están las tres. Y la viejita.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is
3,700 years of ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
Ay, gracias. ¿A poco me veo tan joven?
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long.
Ya vi.
Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
¡Oh! 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 ¡Habló! 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 Es como Pikachu. ¡Habló! ¡Oh! ¡Habló el güey! Ah, pero qué tierno. Antes de pedir money o cualquier cosa, ¿me pueden poner pósteres de mi hermana desaparecida, por favor? Llegaste a hablar con la gente que se
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before coming here. But it seems as if those perfumes really were... Well, that's fine. Suffer no rival.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue,
¿Y qué más? Chito.
Rex... Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis.
Listo. Shaolin.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
¿Dónde está Shaolin? Necesito. Oh, Shaolin. Shaolin. Oh, perdón. No me fijé que había agua ahí.
Hey, Zhongli!
Shaolin!
Look at this!
Brown.
Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyue Kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You have money?
You're right. I do like the Mora.
Es cierto. ¿Cómo puede ser que Morax no tiene ninguna mora, Voy a poner de arriba, no hay que ser tan cariñoso.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
Bueno, gracias, Paimon. No ocupaba decir esa pregunta. Paimon está conmigo.
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
El mundo es cruel.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
Fue un placer.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea. Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
Shogun Raiden. La Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just...
It's because of visions.
What?
Visions?
Las mendigas cosas esas.
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, this is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to... The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
Sobre
The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Chising don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Es mi madre. Buena. Una wiwis. Sí. Chai. Sí. ¿Eh? Luego dije que preguntaras.
Kuching is absolutely right in saying this.
Bueno. Pues sí. ¿Qué va? Bye. Sorry, mi mamá le encantan las charlas.
Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.
Y buscar a mi hermanita. Uy. Sorry, es que mi control se mueve solito a veces. ¡Yay! Tengo más citas. Choling.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then,
Escuchar un poquito más de cosas. ¿Qué se hizo de noche? Parece que me estoy muriendo así. Pues, al parecer... Observar la cometa. Observar la cometa. Ah, pensé que pedía... Están bonitas las cometas. Me quiero una cometa así. Oh.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true.
Damn, man.
No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project.
Ya tiene todo.
Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding.
¿Me lo van a pedir a mí o qué?
They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other 2.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find. And in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Leo...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first, take...
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmuring...
Bueno. Una competencia.
No. We better move quickly.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
Claro que tenemos que participar.
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think?
Clarísimo que sí.
Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about it. Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will... The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the... I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you.
Ox.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
¿Es ella? ¿Es ella? ¿Es mi bombón?
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up.
Es mi bombón.
As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you.
No, I don't need it.
Es mi bombón.
Ah, don't be like that. Hey, come on! Don't go! Why don't you stand there after... Oh, right,
No,
yeah.
no me la toquen, no me la toquen. Grrr. Quiten sus cochinas manos de ella. Vamos por mi bombón. Y le detengo, pero quiero ir por mi bombón.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Debe estar aquí menciones. ¿Dónde está mi bombón?
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
¿Dónde está eso? Ahí está mi bombón.
Well, will you look at that,
No me la
ma'am?
toquen.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you...
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you. I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't...
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you.
¿Qué? ¿Qué le has visto, eh?
Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few. Then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signet. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
Chingadalos.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business! I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir.
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
My name.
Shenhe, Ms-MoonBoss.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation.
You're welcome.
I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
Bueno que llegamos a tiempo.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff.
Laws? No. Apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this, and then of course you're still hungry. So...
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
¿Comes plantas?
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
Ay, Ms-MoonBoss.
Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an adeptus, that would explain everything.
Creo que era
Where does she fit in with the other adepti, though? Paimon's super curious.
Pero, Paimon, ¿qué fregado es ese? Zips, es... Bueno. Antes de pisarme con mi mongo, aquí lo dejo. En la próxima nos vemos, seguiremos viendo a Chulo Bombón. Y seguiremos más a la historia. ¿Qué historia, qué aventura estaremos más con Ms-MoonBoss Shenhen? Shigen. No tengo una buena idea de cómo era, pero... Y si tengo las suficientes gemas o estrellitas, voy a hacer el sorteo de ver si tengo a Ms-MoonBoss, que es la que quiero. Pues nos vemos después. Espero que mañana pueda hacer otra transmisión en vivo. Así que nos vemos.
Just need a moment to quickly take down some notes.
Y ahí nos vemos. Chao, chao.